What's up, beauties? It's Jamila Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Who's there? Who's there? Hey, hold on. Who's there? Representing for the bitches, all eyes on you riches.
Today, I'm gonna be getting ready for the Janet Jackson documentary. We're having like a little watch party tonight. But first, I wanted to get on here and talk about how I moved to LA. I'm gonna start off with my journey. Why did I move here? Ultimately, I wanted to move to Los Angeles to pursue dance as a full-time career as a professional dancer. I had basically been putting a plan together since like July of 2020 to like just move and get out here. It just wasn't really working out. It wasn't really panning out the way that I thought it would. And overall, I think I let my mind talk me out of it. My sister actually moved out here July of 2020 and she just made it, her and her fiance made it happen, and I just got inspired and I was like, okay, how can I make this happen for myself? I started visiting almost every month for the whole year of 2020 up and through 2021. Every time that I came out here, it actually was for dance, like something dance related, whether it was like classes, auditions, videos. If you see on my channel my last video where I said I was stuck in LA, that actually is how it all started. So my sister got engaged in December 2020 and coming into 2021, and I at the time was in nail school. So during that time I stayed in LA from December to like the middle of January. I ended up going back to Chicago, going back to nail school, and around that time I was applying for jobs in California. We get to February of 2021, my brother's birthday is coming up, my sister's fiance, and he was like, Jay, come out here for my birthday, like we'd love to have you. So I fly out for his birthday at the end of February for like 3 days. I wasn't planning to stay any longer or any shorter, literally 3 days. I end up during that time interviewing for a job in the medical field, and they just so happened to be interviewing me during that weekend, during that time, and that job was based in California. So we get to the airport, kid you not, everything you could think of that could be wrong with the flight was wrong with the flight. I still have an interview during my flight that I couldn't reschedule, that I honestly, no lie, I was just gonna ghost. I was just gonna be like, I can't make the interview. I have a flight and I have somewhere to be in Chicago. The flight attendant and the piloter is like, oh, the brakes are going out on the plane. Oh, the engine just went out on the plane. Oh, it's gonna be a 4 to 6 hour delay. So I tried to get a later flight and they're like, oh, well, you're not gonna be able to get home until 2 days later. The engagement that I needed to get to Chicago would have been over with, like I would have missed it. So I called my sister. She had barely just left the LAX airport. She's still like in the area. So I call her, I'm like, Joe, can you pick me up, because I'm literally stuck at the airport. I get off the plane, y'all, and I kid you not, on my life, like I got a call for the interview right when I got off the plane. And they're like, hey Jamila, can you still interview with us today? We still want to have you aboard. We really would like to speak with you. We think you're amazing. I got the job, I got hired, and I was like, damn. I ended up staying with my sister and her fiance for maybe like a month. And in that time, I was using sites like apartment finders, Facebook Marketplace. They tend to post apartments that are for rent, that are affordable. I reached out to my cousin, who I find out is out here, and he just so happened to have his lease coming up. So he was in the process of looking for a place as well. So we end up finding a place in the Valley. I get out here at the end of February. My job starts on the 15th of March. I end up finding an apartment at the end of March. So like the very last week of March, I found a place. So I'm like, how am I gonna get my car to Los Angeles? And so we found a company, ship a car direct. I think I paid like a $500 deposit, and then the difference of like, what, $300 or $400, so $900 total to ship my car from Chicago to Los Angeles. They were probably one of the cheaper car transport companies that I was able to find. They got the car to me in about 5 days. People are always hiring, moving around and shifting, and things are always changing. It is pretty easy to get a job in LA. If you're considering moving to Los Angeles, why am I putting on so much concealer? You do save. So when I moved out here, I did save quite a bit, and that helped a lot. Because that was my way of shipping my car out here. That was my way for my down payment for my apartment. That was my food, my furniture, like, and I believe I saved up about 5 to 10K. I definitely say do your research on certain areas just because 1, safety, 2, comfortability, and 3, the livability. You want something that is livable, something that is comfortable, and something that is safe. Think about your commute. If you have a car, if you don't have a car, are there any grocery stores? Is it highly trafficked? Is there a lot of people? Is there a lot of foot traffic? Homelessness? Pros and cons of actually living in Los Angeles. So some pros would be, of course, the weather, hidden gems like food restaurants. I had a friend of mine that is actually a LA native that took me around to some bomb food spots. It's definitely very scenic. Of course, views of the mountains, the beach. You can find a lot of places to shoot if you're a content creator, videographer, or you like to take a lot of photos. LA natives are definitely some of the nicest people that you would come to meet. There are always helicopters, planes, different things going on. So there's a lot of like noise outside or ambient noise that could interrupt if you are a content creator. Areas that you would think are like super hype or like super dope to be around are actually like not. Hollywood and downtown LA are not the best places to be. They're incredibly dirty. I would not recommend anybody living or staying in that area if you come to visit or if you decide to move. A lot of the hyped places that are supposedly good to eat out here are actually not. The gas prices are ridiculous. If you don't have a car, keep in mind of traffic and you're getting an Uber, it is a good amount of traffic. So you definitely want to make sure that you're timing things out right with your commutes. Learn about some of the areas that you might be considering moving to, just because you want to make sure that you're able to walk around, walk your dog, take a peaceful walk by yourself. Like I said, my experience of living here has been pretty cool. When it comes to like getting to know people out here, I would definitely just say take your time, really vet them. Okay guys, so I'm gonna set my face with this, of course, the Morphe continuing setting mist. And then the lipstick that I'm using is by MAC and it's in the shade Powder Kiss. I'm gonna fix my little baby hairs. But anyways guys, I hope this video was incredibly helpful to you, and those of you that are considering moving to Los Angeles, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.